Yo, what's up, guys? Korea, I was just watching your videos, and Sean, I watched yours a bit earlier. I think like I said, there's a couple things I answered on the spot, basically in the Alliance chat, like Solo is the name of the kid who was the other SS5. I didn't realize it was quite that rare to hit SS5, like that there's only three that you know about and two that you know personally, which is pretty nuts. Um, yeah, the I like the theory of Nairobi potentially getting his dimensional powers from us. And along that same lines, like yeah, like you said, I don't think I'd go so far as to say I'm 100% certain, or not even like 100% certain. Like it makes sense that Sorichio trained Nairobi for some period of time. Like that's cool. Like yeah, I'm not saying like he's the only one that trained him. Like Nairobi, from at least what I've heard about from the DM and from you and from other people, it's like he seems like he's one of those people who's gotten around. So like to say he was limited to one trainer definitely seems like it's not necessarily the case. Uh, the funny thing is, I was thinking like the stone you said lets him hop dimensions. Excuse me. There's a school of magic out there that's like space time and perpetuity or something like that that encompasses dimensional magic as well, and ether magic would allow you to create the stone that you can give to someone that would allow them to slip between dimensions. So it was just funny when you mentioned that item that he has. It's like that seems like yeah, that's something that we could absolutely give him. Uh, I couldn't personally do it at this point because I don't have. Actually, you know what? I might be able to do something like that. Potentially because one of my uncles has that spatial magic, and myself and my mom have ether magic. So it's like if we could work together, we might be able to make a dimensional hopping stone like that. But yeah, as a people, we apparently hop dimensions on a multiple planetary basis. So we're very nomadic, or we have been since Sorichio died, I think. And we've kind of gone from dimension to dimension to try to save other Saiyans from like oppression and stuff like that. Not so much like being wiped out by Nairobi, I don't think, but like I think I mentioned in one of the previous videos. Like apparently Saiyans have a tendency to fall under like the rule of like these very powerful beings. Like for like I said, for like the example I used, Frieza from DBZ, kind of enslaving them. Like they make great warriors, they make a great army because they are very vicious fighters. Um, so yeah, we've kind of been out there doing work to to prevent that or to like to liberate people, and then kind of adding them, I guess, to our empire or adding them to our thing. Or even like just setting them free to kind of go out there and do their own business. Like I don't think, because I said I don't think everyone that gets saved gets like incorporated in, because the Mystics saying our group is still relatively small. Uh, but yeah, like I said, we are very nomadic people, but like we take our planets with us, which was pretty nutty to me. Um, what was it else? Oh, the thing that so that was like kind of the Nairobi angle you were talking about, which like I said, I'm definitely fascinated to hear more about. Uh, any details like that are definitely helpful. The other thing, as you mentioned, with Brada, Locke, and Cal, Keith and I actually got to talk about that a little bit during our Unleashed session the other night. Excuse me. And we were talking a little bit about the PC Locke and some of the other characters. I didn't realize Brada was actually their younger sister, which is cool because I've heard her talked about a lot. Uh, the specific thing was the beast forms of the Saiyans. Like I was familiar with the dragon cyborg and the great ape Saiyans. What I was informed whenever I was making my character originally, like 2 years ago, because I had said I wanted to make a Saiyan, was that because I didn't have like the mystic direction at that point. Like I just wanted to make a Saiyan. The DM explained to me that Saiyans, specifically within like the Saiyan Empire proper, have bloodline traits like Kekkei Genkai, like from Naruto, um, and they are special traits that like families and houses have, or like that lineages and lines have. There was like at least 50 some, I think, maybe 100. But the DM was compiling a list for me whenever he, like I said, I think like Fake World got busy, and then we kind of like fell off the character creation thing and all that stuff. So I never got the list, and unfortunately, well, fortunately slash unfortunately, when I came back, I knew better what I wanted to make as far as the Saiyan went, and the DM was like, "Oh, that's Mystic Saiyans are a thing, player. Like that's you can get into that." And so I never got the list of all the bloodline traits for the different Saiyans, but know that that is a thing that Saiyans possess. So that animal form thing that she was doing, like that might have been part of her specific bloodline that she was able to do. I'm very curious to know what other bloodline traits might be out there. Like just judging from my family and everything like that, it seems like the mystic schools and everything, they tend to have like a certain bloodline trait to them, like that they kind of run in families. Uh, to some extent, but I don't think to the extent of like this very specific example you were talking about. Definitely an interesting thing about Saiyans. Like if that's true, like I said, maybe there's something with like the Ceruchio eyes that are like a bloodline trait that allow them to do some nutty things. Still don't know what they do. Very curious. Excuse me. But yeah, like that was the two kind of big things. I know there was some other stuff I'm probably missing, but I definitely appreciate the videos. They were very interesting and entertaining to listen to. Oh, that was the other thing is I was saying about like coming in Super Saiyan 2. It's like yeah, that's what I was kind of getting at. Is like and Keith kind of broke it down for me a little bit. It's like Legends being like a player first DM is like maybe I was put at that level so that like I could interact better with other players during movies and stuff like that instead of being like some really low level starting character. I don't know, like that was just speculation on our part. But like at any rate, I'm happy to come in at that level. Obviously I don't expect to come in the strongest person or anything like that, but being able to come in at that level, even if it's like a fresh two, like that's cool with me. Like to be able to hit that level. Um, yeah, like I get the feeling between the way I was able to customize my key techniques, the bits I've learned about Saiyans, especially like the bloodline traits and like the mysticism angle, and like you said, like the dragon cyborg and the great ape Saiyans. Like I think there's a lot more to them than we probably realize. Like there's a lot more underlying factors that'll come into like a person's power, their abilities, stuff like that. Like you said, if you know, you were saying like like the high and low fours and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, if four is just like the level, but like there could be so much behind the scenes stuff going on to make someone like much stronger as like a low four or a high four, that kind of thing. At any rate, very fascinating. That's what I joked with the DM. I was like, man, it's a lot more complicated than the show, but like in a good way. Like, I think he really did an awesome job of taking the race and running with it, and then making them even more interesting and than they already were. On top of Saiyans already being pretty cool because they move fast and they hit hard. Uh, yeah, I feel like there's probably a couple things I missed with the videos. Uh, I think there was something with Sean's I wanted to address too. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it short this time. More updates to come. I didn't get a session in last night. Unfortunately, something came up from the DM, so we just marathoned Unleash for a good 4.5 hours. All right, I'll catch you guys later.